Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sir Fluffy the Knife. I probably should have cleared my throat out beforehand. Give me just a second. Okay, it may sound a little more clear after that. I'm not entirely certain. So, boy oh boy, do I have a fun habit of screwing up my save files. Well, oops, I did it again, and I don't have a Diglett anymore. Couldn't find a level. I want to say the Diglett I found was level 15, so you know what? Whatever. Wasn't planning on using a Diglett anytime soon. I already have a ground type that can take a few hits unlike a Diglett, so that's fine. And yay, we're at a new route, speaking of finding Pokemon. So I guess I won't catch anything in Diglett Cave, but that's okay. Not a huge loss. Oh my fucking god. Is this the third time we found a Spearow? I did talk about the Spearow claws, didn't I? Yeah, I remember talking about the Spearow claws. Alright, you know what? I'll try to catch a fucking bitch-ass Spearow. I'll try it. I will. I'll try catching a Spearow. I don't want to. I have no need for a flying-type Pokemon. I've already got Coco. But, sure. Oh, why the fuck not? Oh, and I leveled up. Oh, cool. Well, there's a status infliction already. I leveled up Biscuit enough to the point where he knows Horn Attack, so that's pretty neat. I'm just gonna double kick because it'll do less damage than Horn Attack. Oh boy, okay. Well, I got this one shot to catch that motherfucking Spearow. Alright. Come on. Woo! Alright, I do get a Pokemon this route. I was really about to just say, alright, fuck it. Tiny bird Pokemon. It busily flits around here and there. Even if it is frail, it can be a tough foe that uses Mirror. Okay. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit of an exotic name. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this one, but we're just gonna see how this works anyway. Okay. Like I said, a bit of an exotic name. I think its origins, you know, it seems like it'd be Middle Eastern, you know. Ihatatis. No. Maybe? No. I don't know. The more I say it out loud, the more racist it sounds. But is it really racist when I'm just talking about language? Is it though? What is racism really? You know, we wouldn't have racism if we were just all the same damn color. It's gonna happen, you know, I don't know, maybe 500 years from now. We're all gonna have brown eyes. We're all gonna have, like, tannish skin. It's all gonna, every skin color from the world is just gonna, like, average out to one, like this color that I'm standing on. Like this sort of shade of brown. Which, that's actually a very pleasant shade of brown. It's very, very pleasant. Kind of mocha, you know? Mochish? Mochish. Win, lose, or draw. I mean, if we're, you know, taking choices here, I'm gonna go with win, so, I'm glad you asked ahead of time, Hugo. And Hugo, fuck yourself. Oh boy! That's a good joke. That's a real good knee slapper. Alright, quit trying to use hypnosis to make me do the chicken dance and, you know, spend all my money on amiibos. That's what hypnosis does, I promise. No, I actually own 0 amiibos. I have no reason to own an amiibo. Other than to be like, hey, it's a collectible statue thingamajig. But also Nintendo sells cheaper collectible statues, but they're not amiibos, they don't have the same value. Yeah, well, shut up. Good talk. Alright. I wonder when's the last time I took a bubble bath. Of course, using bubble made me think of that. When's the last time I just took a bath? Not to say I don't cleanse myself, I shower on the daily. Believe me, I got too much stink to not wash that off. Well, I don't know, if I'm just laying around the house and I have literally done nothing all day, I'll skip a day of showering. But the next day my hair will be greasier than Taco Bell, Sonic, and Steak and Shake put in a blender. So there is that problem. Let's go, but don't cheat. Ah, man, if only I had some sort of code that just gave on my Pokemon like 9,999 HP. You know, that Game Shark shit. Wow, cuts my physical attack stat. Wow, wouldn't it be a shame if I had a special attack? Oh wait. Get your shit rocked, son. I was honestly expecting it to get confused from that, and I don't know why. No, but I'll get poisoned instead, you know, so I guess I'll eat my own asshole and call it disintegrated. Cool. Confusion again? Yes. Yes. Yes and good. Very good. Yes. Fuck you. Have a good day. Player defeated Youngster Eddie. Hey, speaking... No. No, I thought of a joke. I'm still on the racism topic. Oh man. Dave Chappelle's skits do it best when covering the topic of racism. Because it is fucked up enough, but hilarious enough, where it hits the margins of politically incorrect, yet also true. Like take a... Did anyone ever watch Clayton Bigsby? That shit was hilarious. And the dude was just blind. That was the only thing, that was the only reason why he thought he was white. He was raised by white people and he was blind his whole life and they just never told him. And so eventually he joined the Klan and he was like one of their biggest, most influential members. And that just goes to show how stupid, and I mean, if we're really gonna go with, you know, coincidence and irony and all that good shit, like, the chances of, you know, being blind, like, being racist, where am I going with this? If I'm gonna have discussions like this, I need to, like, write them out ahead of time, but I didn't think of this at all until I started playing this game. Why does Pokemon make me talk about race? Because it's a war between two different species of Pokemon. Even though two different races are definitely not two different species, that's not how that works. That is not how that works at all. Drugs are bad, kids. Let's talk about drugs. I got something real good to talk about. Did I ever tell anyone about the time that my car got stolen by a crackhead? Yes, my car was stolen by a crackhead. Boy oh boy, my mother... The crackhead is my mother's ex-boyfriend. So, this very same car, she'd been using it to go to work, and they had worked at the same place, and she'd been giving him rides. And apparently he wasn't, like, in his right mind on that day, and she couldn't tell if he was drinking or whatever, but he was just acting a little funky. So she wasn't sure what that was on, you know, what that was all about. And eventually, you know, he said he was gonna go take a smoke break, and she said, okay, here's the keys. And he hadn't come back for an hour. She goes outside, my car is missing. And so, this all happened like right before I went to work, and then I got a ride to work, and I was fine, and I, you know, I shot her a text saying, hey, can you give me a ride this morning? She's like, something's come up, I can't I can't give you a ride. I'll explain later. And right then I knew there was something wrong. There was something really, really wrong. Okay? And later on that day, by the way, this was like a day before my birthday. I think, yeah, this was a day before my birthday. My birthday's in July. This is at the very end of July. My birthday's July 27th. And, oh man, I could not, I couldn't fucking believe it when she told me. And she tried getting in contact with him and everything, and nothing was working. Like, she tried calling the police, but it was, since she worked on the mountain, but she came back down the mountain because we lived down the mountain and across the river. She said she was gonna call the police, and she did, but for her to file a police report, she'd have to physically go in. Okay, she'd have to physically go in to the police department, but she no longer has a car. One of her coworkers had to bring her home, and so she borrowed another car of her friend's that doesn't even have a proper speedometer, that she had to use a freaking GPS to see how fast she was going. Did I already fight you? I did. Alright. Oh, I heard it drowsy. You may have not heard it, but I did. So yeah, didn't even have a proper speedometer, and if you went up too far of a hill, it would just cut out and die. It was a piece of shit Oldsmobile, and it was like 20 years old, 250,000 miles, like just barely running. Oh, and it turns out it needed a new fuel pump, and that's why it was sputtering so poorly. And after that, like, it, you know, apparently started running like a dream, but of course it had to be shit while my mother was borrowing it. So, you know, life is beautiful that way. Let's see. My mother eventually went over to his house to talk to his mother, who had already been trying to contact him. And this was about a day had passed since then. And, oh, even better, my debit card. My mother was borrowing my debit card so he'd have gas to get up there. And he took my debit card with the car and somehow knew the PIN, or was just, you know, using the credit function at gas stations and shit. And he, oh my god, the things he bought. I don't even know what this asshole is using now. I'm just gonna, whatever. It's a Magnemite. Bad move all around. This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trades. Just kidding. I made it. Trump the joke. Aha! Money. Alright, so, if I just increase my quota of Trump quotes and jokes, I can basically replace Stephen Colbert and then make all of his YouTube revenue. So that would be pretty snazzy. Hooray! I would think I'm like one of 10 people subscribed to his, you know, late night YouTube channel. I'm getting off topic. So, the crackhead story. Where was I? I'll talk about what he bought later. But there had already been a charge like 30 miles away, one 50 miles away, one back in town the next day. But this was like after I got home when I canceled my credit card, and I'm like I was thinking about it as my mother was talking to me, because I gave her the debit card and it was in her wallet in the car, and I'm like, does he know about your card? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, fucking shit, mother. So, you know, I had to call the bank and cancel my card, and there are already a few charges pending, so I had to, you know, I had to cancel those charges and shit, and I claimed fraudulence on them. Oh my god, it was a fucking mess. Oh, and the next day, so we still had a cat. We did have a cat. My mother had went over there to talk to the dude's mom, and, you know, she had this, he just got a puppy about a week ago. A very small puppy, about 6 weeks old, she had left the puppy unattended. He had left the puppy unattended for about 24 hours, and she didn't have any food or water. So my mother took it upon herself to take the puppy home with her. And we still had a cat. And by the way, I was unconscious for all these events because I had finally found it within me to get some sleep, and I had maybe 2 hours of sleep when all of a sudden, like, I could hear in my subconscious, I could hear meowing and screaming, but I was so fucking tired I couldn't get up. Like, I heard it barely, and I thought it was something outside because I heard whimpering from a dog and everything, and I went back to sleep. And about 30 minutes later, like, I get woken up, and I'm like, just hear, "Hey, can you come help?" And I see a puppy in the floor with bite and claw marks on her butt. And I see blood all over the fucking carpet. And I see a very angry little kitty run by me into my mother's room. And then my mom screamed, "Shut the door, shut the door." I shut the door. I put, we had a little cat door. So I took a heavy suitcase that was laying in the living room that no one had moved for some time, and I just put it in front of there to keep the cat in. You know, he was all whiny, "Meow, meow, let me out, meow," and I'm like, no, I'm a fucking psycho. So, what happened was, my mom brought home the dog. The dog and the cat were pretty chill. They were just sniffing at each other for a little bit. Then the cat started getting aggressive and feeling threatened. He had not had his little kitty Kiwi snipped, and so he was all territorial and shit. And he'd been spraying the door a couple times, and Mom had whooped his ass, but he'd been getting really, really mean recently. And so this just crossed the line, and he attacked her and the puppy. He attacked the puppy, got her on her back. I'm surprised she didn't get any cuts in her belly, or he didn't get any vital parts. She had managed to crawl away to the point where he only attacked her butt, which is good, you know. I think she's still got a couple of scars there from those events, but like I said, this is back in July. This is in January. I'm gonna be uploading this shit in about 6 or 7 hours, maybe. I don't know yet. Wow. I gotta find something better against fire types, because I got 2 Pokemon allergic, and I got 2 Pokemon that really don't do jack to it. Then again, when Biscuit becomes a Nido King, I won't have to worry about that. Boom! Get your shit rocked. So, and the cat had almost gotten the vein in my mother's wrist, and she was bleeding everywhere because she had to get the cat off of the dog, or else the cat was going to kill the dog. And I was about tempted to go in there and actually murder the cat. Like, I was about to go in there and strangle it to death, or like break its neck or something. I'm sorry, don't get me wrong, I love animals. I love cats and dogs, but understand, I'm an animal myself, and I have my pack. When you go against my pack and you harm my family, because my mother brought this cat in, this cat's gonna, you know, almost kill my mother, or attempt to kill my mother, attempt to kill the dog, you know, that's when the line is drawn, and that's when I get angry. I know it's a cat, and it doesn't know any better, and it's just jealous and stupid, but it's not worth my mother, you know, getting an artery or vein cut open for, you know? And she's shaking because she can't stand the sight of her own blood, and it freaks her out, and she's almost about to pass out. So my brother helps clean up the carpet, clean up the mother, clean up the puppy, and I have a couple of pictures of the puppy, and just fucking take it forever. Just kill it, yeah, boom, nice. Actually, caps lock. Not sure what that would do in this situation, but anyway. Fuck, where was I? So yeah, we cleaned up the dog, cleaned up the mother. Later on, Mom tried to go into the room and you know, the cat started raising his back and hissing, so I picked the little shit up and I tossed him outside. I literally grabbed him by the scruff, grabbed him by the butt, and opened the back door and heave-hoed him out there. And we put out food and water, and he was running back and forth between wherever the hell he was going in our house for about 2 weeks, and then he ran off. I don't know if someone picked him up, you know? I don't know if he ran away. I don't know if he's dead. I don't know. Do I miss the cat? Sure. Sure, he was a little sweetheart, you know, when he wasn't trying to kill a dog and my mother. Then again, the cat had also been terrorized by dogs before we had gotten him, so maybe he had a little kitty cat non-flashback, and, you know, that made him want to murder. Maybe, I don't know. I thought maybe you were a vendor from a store that could give me good shit. Speaking of good shit, how much money do I have? That's not bad. I'm racking up the stacks here. So, yeah, cat got thrown outside. We kept a puppy. That's, you've probably heard me say her name if you've watched any of my early videos. Sarah. Let's see, she's about 60 pounds now. She's a Mastiff mix. What else? I don't know. She's a big girl. She's still rambunctious because she's still a puppy, but she is a total sweetheart, and I love her to death. I've always been more of a dog person than a cat person, but if a cat is sweet enough and loving enough, I will love the cat back. And oh god, my first cat was like that. But I'm getting off topic. I'm trying to tell the crackhead story. So we kept the puppy from the crackhead, and the crackhead later on tried to get the dog back, but we told him hell no, unless, you know. We kept the whole stealing the car thing over his head to a certain point, because I thought about this, the logistics of it, because eventually he returned the car. Like, I'll sort of skip to the end of the story. He eventually returned the car, okay? And he basically begged me. Well, he returned the car when he finally went home, and his mother called and said that he was home, and we went in the middle of the night, and we took back the car, and we drove off with the car. The aftermath of what happened to the car. Okay, so the alignment was already extra major fucked on the car. It had now extra double triple major fucked. I had put new tires on it recently. The tires were already showing steel belts. Yes. Yes, they were. Yay! He racked up 500 miles on the odometer. I don't even know where the fuck he could have gone for 500 miles. There was an entire, like, pack of Jack Link's beef jerky chew, which is like, it's basically powdered beef jerky. It's the lowest quality beef jerky you can possibly buy with, you know, human currency. And it's just this, like, sawdust with grease that you pack into a can that kids, you know, put in their mouth to, you know, emulate, you know, putting a dipski in the lipski, but did I fight everyone now? Is this it? Nope, I got one more. Woo! Alright, so, let's see, there was also an old radiator in the back, like, we're talking like not a car radiator, like in a house for an air conditioning unit, and my mother assumed like he was trying to strip the copper out of it to sell it for more crack, maybe? I don't know. There was also a pack of baby socks, which apparently he revealed he didn't buy the socks, he stole them. It was the only pair he could find, and I don't need to Pokemon Whirlwind, I don't care. Yes, stop wearing Whirlwind. Really isn't that useful, it's very situational. Jeez, where was I going with this? Yeah, baby socks, because his socks were like starting to get crusty and stinky and nasty, so he just bought new socks, and by buy I mean shoplifted, so, but he took baby socks, so we have like a used baby sock thrown in the back of the car with a pack of like 5 other pairs of fresh baby socks. I don't I don't know how he fucking wore them. Like, maybe he like just stretched it over his toes or some shit. He like tiptoed everywhere. I don't know the machinations of the mind of the crackhead. I myself am not the crackhead. So, oh boy. What else was there? Oh, he got motor oil and transmission fluid, which, you know, thoughtful of him. However, he used my money. Oh, and one of the bank statements revealed that he bought $100 worth of fucking beer. Okay? Like, now don't get me wrong, I love beer. I'm a Dos Equis man myself. I like a good Mexican lager. Cervezas, as they would say in Mexico, or also Spain, because it's Spanish. But that's beside the point. I do like me a pretty good beer. Domestic as shit though. Just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. I don't care if you like your Bud Light, your Michelob, or your Natty Light, or your Keystone. All that is garbage to me. It's watered down piss in a can. Well, most beer, you know, imported or made in America is watered down for U.S. standards, but so it's all mostly piss in a can. However, it's better piss in a can if it's Dos Equis. Much smoother, goes down much nicer. You can actually taste the fucking weed in it. How about that? And that is wheat with a T, not weed with a D. So yeah, he basically trashed my fucking car. Not as much as I thought he was gonna do, but he apparently got hungry and thought, oh, Jacqueline's beef jerky chew dip was the way to go. And only 1 can was used, so we had like 11 other cans. We would supplement Sarah's food with beef jerky dip for a little bit, because, you know, it's just shredded beef. Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you. I'll knock before coming in next time. So, oh shit, where do I have to go? Oh yeah, I gotta go back north because I gotta go through the other cave. Oh, fun. Caves are fun. They're my favorite. Caves, caves, caves. So, trying to think of where the story was headed. Oh, I basically had a choice of. I thought about, you know, letting the police know and filing everything and having him thrown in the slammer. However, 1, I'd rather he go to a rehabilitation clinic and at least try again. If not, after that, he won't get any pardons. It is, do not collect 200, do not pass go. It is straight to jail at that point. So, I thought about it, and also, his mother has, I think she's still alive, stage 4 COPD. And if he were to go to jail for all the shit he'd done, he would get it at least 2 years. Maybe he would get, you know, beyond probation. You know, he'd have a chance of parole. I don't remember all the terms. I apologize. I'm going to sound extremely ignorant, but he would maybe have a chance of parole after a year, but by then, his mother would probably be dead. So, I thought about it more, and I decided to let the guy go off the hook. However, he's still been a fucking ass since then and tried to contact my mother, but if he keeps this up, he's just gonna get thrown in the slammer anyway. Because he's also violated his parole so many times. Like, he's already on thin ice if he hasn't already been thrown in the slammer. So, you know, it was giving the asshole a second chance because he at least brought the fucking car back. And he offered to pay for the new tires, which I think he eventually did. Because, like, he caused about, let's see, those tires put together, it was only 2 tires, but they were like almost $50 each, so it was about $100, and then the beer was another $100, and all the other shit he spent. So he did almost $250 worth of damage, you know, in his little adventure. Son of a bitch. But yeah, long story short, don't date a crackhead unless you know they're actually clean. Like actually clean, you know? Make sure they're an ex-crackhead. Because if not, they're just gonna keep going back. Also, it probably helps to not date convicts. I don't know. That's a controversial topic for another day, but hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my crackhead story. Yeah, that was fun. This is Sir Fluffy the Ninth, and next time we'll be venturing towards the Rocky Tunnel to make our way to Lavender Town. So, shut up, Spiro, I still hate you. Take care, everybody. This is Fluffy the Ninth signing off for now.